I'm a bit nervous for this one. Okay, one sec. We are live on camera. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Well, hello and welcome to episode 4 of the Relationship Coffee podcast. I'm Suzy Carrington.
And I'm Alex Carrington.
And this is Carringtons Coffee. And today we are coming at you through a podcast that you can listen to, but we're also on a video this time. So if you're listening, you can actually watch what we're going to be talking about and actually doing in today's podcast.
Coffee is more than just an auditory thing. I mean, it's mostly a tasting thing.
Tasting.
But there's a lot of visuals in this today, which is why we wanted to bring it to some video.
Yeah, so you can watch this on YouTube, which is Carringtons Coffee Co YouTube channel, or continue listening as you are. So yeah, shall we get started?
Let's start.
Okay. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is actually what we did this week. And it was probably the most exciting, amazing day of the year so far, which was...
We successfully imported coffee!
Yes, we did! On Tuesday, it's now Friday, so on Tuesday, we had a big day out.
What a day. We weren't expecting to have that day on Tuesday.
It just happened so quickly, and it was actually easier than we thought it would be. I don't know if anyone's ever imported coffee before, but the bit beforehand, it took a long time for us to get to that point. A lot of Angela, who is based in Colombia, she was looking for an exporter for a long time.
Yep. This is what took a very long time to actually make the whole, the ball start rolling with it. Finding an exporter is such a difficult thing to do, because if you want to export coffee yourself, you need a license, and that license costs a lot. And if you're a small farm, it's pretty much impossible.
Yeah. So Angela managed to find an exporter, and then her sister Natalia, who was based at the farm with her father, they were actually processing the coffee, which we'll talk about a little bit in a minute. Mm-hmm. And then they bagged it all up, sent it off to the exporters. I mean, that was a long journey in itself, just to get the coffee to the exporters. Yeah. And then lo and behold, on Tuesday, we went to pick it up.
Our coffee.
All the way from Colombia.
The best part about it is from the farm to the processing plant to being exported, it was all within a few weeks. It took 2 years to get here, but the time, the freshness of this coffee is amazing.
As fresh as you're going to get. Yeah. And actually, Alex has already ground the coffee ready for us to taste it.
Yeah, because we're currently in our studio.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do in a minute. We're going to taste Angela's coffee or Fabio's coffee for the first time.
And we know that Angela watches this. So.
Yeah, she's told us she's listened to every single podcast.
Fingers crossed it tastes good, because 2 years ago, despite, we had very high hopes, but there was always that little niggle of like, what if the coffee doesn't taste great?
Even though we've travelled all this way to Colombia, and we probably will want to buy it. If it doesn't taste great, what do we do?
I'm very confident, but there is that there.
No, not anymore. We've had the information from the exporters, and they also roast it and taste it on site. Does that mean that
there's a guarantee and we can send it back to Colombia if we need to?
One-way ticket for that. But anyway, the smell, I mean, if you're watching, Alex ground this not that long ago, and the smell is just...
Yeah, in some ways, the cupping,
it's amazing.
The cupping experience, the cupping tasting session begins with just the smell, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Smelling the grounds.
It smells sweet. It smells... I mean, it's so strong that as soon as you open the lid, it's just a burst of aromas coming straight from the thing. But we have skipped. We need to go back to Tuesday. We're getting ahead of ourselves. We're just so excited to taste this coffee. We haven't tasted it yet. This is it. This is the first time, and you get to witness it. But we'll just tell you a little bit more about what we did on Tuesday.
Yes.
And build the suspense.
Yeah, keep us on track.
Yeah. So on Tuesday, we went to pick up the coffee from the warehouse. We put most of the bags in our trailer, and the rest of the bags of coffee went in the boot of our car.
Yeah, and that's because I'm a very sensible person and I didn't want to overload the trailer.
There we go. And we actually got the coffee in 35 kilogram bags.
Which is more than manageable for a weak person.
I mean, Alex lifted those 35
I think it was 4 or 5 times.
Yeah. So the reason we obviously put them off the pallet into the car, into the trailer, drove them over to our roastery at Kenyon Hall Farm, and we were so lucky. It was a beautiful, bright, sunny day. March. It was 2nd of March, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. But it was a gorgeous day, and we just thought, you know what? Let's get some shots of this.
I mean, we needed the shots, and there would only be one opportunity to have all 16 bags together.
Before we started roasting
it. Yeah, before we started roasting it, yeah.
Yeah, so poor Alex had to unload all the bags again, and then we took some photos sitting on the bags, standing on the bags. I mean, it was good fun. I think we got a few strange looks from the the people that were coming to Kenyon Hall Farm. But yeah, we took some shots. We actually sat on the coffee bags and then gave Angela a call. And that was really, really fun as well. We video called Angela. In fact, I messaged her beforehand and said, "Oh, Angela, we're here with the coffee. Can we video call you?"
Maybe we could show a little short clip of that here at this point, right here.
Look what we have!
Hello! It's here.
We have your coffee. We're sitting on it right now in the sunshine. Hi, I'm so happy.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so after we called Angela, it was so, I was just so overwhelmed with happiness.
It was complete full circle, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a good moment. We then piled all the bags back into the trailer, back into the car, took them into the roastery, and poor Alex did pretty much all of this heavy lifting. So I don't know how you're still standing today.
I'm okay. The yoga has helped.
Yeah,
60 days of yoga.
Oh, well done. And then we didn't roast it straight away. We actually roasted it for the first time yesterday.
Yes, and we've currently roasted the first 2 of actually seven different lots, 5 official lots, but there's a couple of extras in there. So we'll be doing this over the next few days.
Yeah, roasting and tasting. And to explain a bit more about the different lots, they are all from the same farm and they are all the same coffee, but the differences are in the processing of the coffee. So we can put a bit more information about this, maybe do a little blog about different processes. But the ones that we have here that we're going to taste today are the washed
48
hours.
Yep.
And the honey. Sorry.
Double fermented.
Yeah. So, if you want to learn a little bit more about the different processes, we'll make sure we put something together.
We'll go into full detail.
Yeah.
But it's amazing that we have acquired so many different processed coffees from this really humble, small farm. They've put so much effort into getting this coffee ready for us, and it's going to be amazing.
And the quality, is just outstanding. And I can't wait to taste it. So let me just check if I've missed anything else out that we were going to talk about before we taste it. Because then once we've tasted it, I'm just going to be overwhelmed with emotion and nothing's going to make sense. It says here, boil kettle.
Okay, is this where we press the button?
This is where we press the button and boil the kettle.
So we're going to boil the kettle to just off boiling, about 94 degrees. And that is so we do not
extract.
We do not burn the coffee.
Yes. Basically, if you put boiling hot water on the coffee, it will extract the coffee too quickly and it could end up being bitter. So, you can hear it in the background. This isn't a whistling kettle, so it doesn't have that authentic kettle noise. So we will have this coffee available soon. And the reason I say soon with a bit of mystery is we're working on something.
There are many things happening behind the scenes at the moment.
I don't know how much we should say and reveal.
I know there's so much I want to talk about the coffee, more about the exporting. I think this will be a shorter podcast and in more depth, or maybe in a series of videos we can actually explain, actually how we exported, more about these coffees.
Yeah, there's almost too much to talk about, but I feel like this one is just let's taste the coffee and let you guys witness us.
This is what
doing
you came
that.
for.
Yeah, this is what you're here for. But in future podcast episodes, we can definitely talk in more detail about the coffee, about the exporting process, and the thing that's coming soon. I don't know how much of that we can sneak peek reveal, but we do have, yes.
No, it's not really a real.
We've been working very, very hard over the last couple of months on basically a new, I don't want to reveal too much.
Then don't, let's just leave it at that.
Okay, leave it at that. Sorry, guys.
But I'm going to give you one of these. It looks like a soup spoon. It can be used as a soup spoon.
On guard. I don't know why I did that. This is a cupping spoon. Now, if you want to taste coffee at home and you want to do a cupping session yourself, we're going to talk through how we do it, so you can try it yourself. But you don't have to have a specific cupping spoon. You can, like Alex said, you can use a soup spoon.
Yeah. And there are many different. What we're essentially doing is just tasting the coffee in an efficient method.
Yeah, and also tasting them alongside each other, so we can compare and get the aromas and see everything.
Yeah, and usually at this stage, instead of we right in front of us right now, we've got 4 bowls, 4 cupping bowls. Usually we'd have maybe 3 of each per each coffee, so we can taste, if there's any differentiation between it within the same coffee.
Yeah, so I'll just talk through the basics because now the kettle's boiled. We'll have to reboil it in a second. But the first thing that we do to taste coffee is we grind the coffee coarsely ground. So Alex
I did this about 20 minutes ago.
Here's one I made earlier. Alex has ground both coffees, the honey fermented and the washed. So do you want to weigh out 25 grams?
Oh, no.
No? Go on.
I'm going to do 9 grams.
9 grams?
Yeah, between 8.75 and 10 grams is
We'll just
typically
edit that bit out.
That's all right.
I'm not a numbers person.
But we're going to do 9 grams of coarsely ground coffee to 150 millilitres of off-the-boil water. Filtered water.
The suspense.
No, carry on.
Yeah, continue. So once we've measured out the amount of coffee that we want, how much water do we need to put in?
We're going to put 150 millilitres.
Perfect. So once we've got the 2 coffees measured out in 2 bowls so we can both taste it at the same time, we will pour the hot water, or off the boil water, 94 degrees, over the grounds and then leave them. And we will leave them for 4 minutes. So we'll set a little timer. I do have a phone somewhere. Set a timer. And then after 4 minutes, what we'll do is we'll take our cupping spoons or soup spoons or just regular spoons, and we'll do what we'll break the crust. So you'll see it actually. Hopefully I'll be able to show it to you. But after 4 minutes, there'll be all the coffee grounds of sort of floating on the surface of the bowl. So we break the crust, kind of stir it around a little bit so the coffee grounds then start to sink. And there'll be kind of like I want to say scum.
Yeah, a bit of residue.
Residue that'll be on the top.
Not scum, though. The scum between my toes.
I know, scum's a horrible word. So
little rascals.
We'll remove that and then we will taste the coffee. And that's where we use our cupping spoon with the slurping method. And basically what you're trying to do is get as much of the coffee over your whole palate in one fell swoop, one fell slurp. Okay, so we just got to weigh out the last.
Yeah. So also we're going to take notes, aren't we?
Yeah.
Independently, and then
compare.
This is just a fun thing.
I
to
really
do.
enjoy doing that because we like to see if our palates are similar, if they're aligned, and actually more often than not they are. We can taste the same kind of aromas and flavour notes.
But we shall see.
We shall
today.
Or will be revealed.
Do you also want to do it blindly? Or I think maybe that would be a little too difficult today.
Yeah, sometimes we've kind of written what the coffee is under the bowl and hidden it, tasted them all blind, and then tried to work out which ones were which. Just a bit of fun, really. So do you want me to mark the bowls with what they are? Or do you want to use this marvellous pen?
Yeah, that sounds great, actually. Shall I do it?
Yes, please. You know which is which. I'll just reboil the kettle. It's nearly there.
What else are we going to do?
I was going to say, fast forward. And I'll get my phone to put a timer on.
I mean, we can cup the coffee for until it goes cold, and that will tell us even more about the coffee, the taste.
Yeah, when you can't really taste coffee when it's boiling hot, so you do need to leave it to allow it to cool to be able to actually taste the flavours and the unique different notes of each coffee. Okay, it's ready.
All right, shall I start?
Yes, I think I'm Clumsy McGee, so I think you should go for this.
All right. Hopefully we don't spill boiling water over the
laptop.
All right.
Caught on camera.
I'm going to do 150 grams. These are actually cupping bowls, so they're perfect for this. Are you watching in suspense?
I am. I'm just kind of transfixed.
Yeah.
It doesn't make for very good podcast listening.
Yeah, so why don't you explain what I'm doing?
Okay. So Alex is currently pouring hot water
No.
into...
When I said that.
I know you didn't mean that.
In the voice. The voice. Come on. Do it.
Alex is... Not that voice.
Yeah,
MasterChef voice.
MasterChef
I knew you
voice.
meant that. Alex is pouring hot water into the cupping bowls. Oh, we do watch a lot of MasterChef. He has now got the third bowl.
Do you remember when we were in Colombia? This is where we actually learned the Colombian method of cupping. Mm-hmm. And it was such an exciting experience for us at the time as well. And it was also a struggle to get all the apparatus ready to cup. Because we were so high in the mountains, it was difficult to boil the water. Yeah. Because there wasn't a grinder on site, it was difficult to grind the coffee. I mean, that we were cleaning this old...
It must have been 50 years old, maybe older. Yeah, this old coffee grinder. Cleaned it up, got it ready. And actually, I think we mentioned this in a previous podcast. When we tasted Fabio's coffee on the farm that day, it was the first time that he'd ever tasted his own coffee that he grew on the farm, which that just baffles me. You think, all those years that he's, worked those those coffee plants and just shipped off the coffee.
Yeah,
never to be seen again.
Yeah, more and more we learn there's such a disconnect between all the different industries within.
Yeah,
within
the coffee
industry.
grower to the processing plant to the exporter to us the roaster. If we can connect all
To
the
the
dots,
barista.
it's just it's amazing to be able to see the journey. Oh, timer.
Yeah, 4 minutes.
Okay. It's amazing to be able to see the journey of the bean. You know, when people say bean to cup, farm to bean to cup, this coffee, we've been to this farm, we've walked amongst the coffee plants that this coffee has come from.
Yeah, we know the person who processed this coffee.
It's just,
who made those decisions to, I'm going to honey process this and we're going to wash this for 48 hours, 72 hours,
yeah, the decisions that were made. It's not just a bag of brown beans. Oh, nice.
Bag of green beans.
I mean, when we roast it, sorry. It's the story. And I think there's something to be said about, the people that are involved, the kind of passion and all the effort and all the hard work. And to be able to drink something that its whole journey. It's just amazing.
And that passion needs to be honoured, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Otherwise, where will the passion go if people can't taste the fruits of your labour?
Literally.
I'm talking about Fabio here. You know, he's put so much time and effort. He's a master.
Yeah.
I mean, how many years it takes to become a master of something, but to become that kind of person, and then it's such an honour for us to be able to cup this again.
Yeah, it really is.
we should send some roasted coffee back.
I really want to. I think if we send it tracked, special delivery.
I think we did, when we first set up the roastery a couple of years ago, we sent some to Colombia, didn't we?
Yeah, we sent some
and it arrived months later.
I think it was a month, maybe longer. Yeah, so the coffee may be stale by the time it gets there, but at least they can have that whole, the whole journey from sending it out to us to then get it sent back, roasted and ready to drink.
One interesting thing that we noticed yesterday, 2 days ago, when we were at the roastery roasting this coffee for the first time, was how well packaged it was. Sometimes it's difficult. I mean, these are all little things, but it was evident from just opening the Hessian bag. It was so easy to open. The thread.
Yeah,
I love it when stuff is just perfect.
Get the scissors out.
And then double cable tied grain pro bags and use of grain pro bags as well. These are all little things, but little things that make me go, wow, these exporters have done a very, very good job.
They've really taken care of the coffee.
And then that leads on to the coffee itself, the green coffee, and how it came out roasted. It was surprising, wasn't it? The uniformity and the difference between the two coffees.
Yeah, the beans
the
beans were all very uniform in size. A couple of the other coffees that we have from different origins, often the beans can be different varieties of coffee bean.
Yeah, it's like a natural blend within a single origin.
And the beans are all different shapes and sizes, but the consistency of the beans, and then it led to an even roast. I mean, I don't know how easy it is to show this on camera. Maybe we can
it won't be, but
insert a photo.
It's good to just see this again, because this is the first time that we're really inspecting.
Really inspecting.
Sorry.
No, it's all right.
It's like patting my head and rubbing my tummy.
Don't spill the beans.
So I know we shouldn't put them together, but it's just to see.
Just to compare. It's the same coffee, but processed in two different ways.
Yeah, the colouring between a honey and washed is so evident, the difference between them. The honey process almost looks like an outline of itself, outline of a coffee bean. The wash is what we're very familiar with. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of cool. And also, one thing I noticed within the roasting, I know this is getting a bit much, but the time's going to be up in a second.
You got 20 seconds.
Okay. Is we need to check the moisture content of it, but it takes to roasting. So
it was a quick roast, wasn't it?
It was quicker than I expected for a Colombian coffee, and I can only put that down to the freshness of it. Mm-hmm. And we're going to get.
It took about 8 minutes, didn't it, to roast?
Yeah, but this was a smaller.
Time's up.
A shorter roast. Anyway, we're going to break the crust and give it a sniff.
Give it a sniff.
Give it a sniff.
Okay, so let's just move these out of the way.
Yep.
We've got our pen and paper ready. We've got our cupping spoon at the ready.
The 2 honeys, the 2 washed.
Okay.
And I'll get the
There's these.
The jug. Yeah, that's behind
to get rid of. So I'm going to take one of these ones.
So you got the 2 washed there. I just keep saying this to remind myself.
And I've got a honey here.
What it is.
H for honey.
Yeah.
And then has this got? Yeah. W for washed. Okay, so we're going to break the crust and just get a good whiff, really. Just breathe in the aromas that are released as we break the crust.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go for it now.
Suzy is sticking her nose in the cupping bowl.
It smells really clean. I know that's a weird way to describe something, but it smells clean. Let me try the other one. That was the honey. Now I'm going to smell the washed. The wash smells sweeter to me.
I had a jug of water.
It's right here.
Would you mind filling?
There we go.
Yeah.
Just to wash your spoon.
Yeah.
Which I did not actually wash mine in between. But it's the same coffee, even though they're processed different. So it's not
completely different coffee.
You're
ruining it.
I am.
It's all right. The first roast wasn't the most perfect of roasts.
Hey, don't tell them that. No, it's fine. Making my nose run. There we go. Wow. Which one are you smelling first?
I think I started with the honeyed one first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you get? What's the immediate?
Definite, like summer citrusy.
Yeah,
fruits.
bright, and
bright.
clean. Yeah, that's what I got
Very
from the
clean
smell.
as well. But equally with the washed one as well.
Mm-hmm.
I know there will be a difference in the tasting.
I'm going to try again. Clang. I'm definitely getting citrus that time. Almost like, not apricot, but kind of stone fruit citrus.
It's that sweet, really sweet citrusy in the honey.
And that was the honey for me.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was going to keep that secret.
Oh,
we're
supposed to make notes. But I think it's more interesting for the listeners if they get it in real time. Yeah. So maybe we won't make notes.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, it's quite difficult to navigate between the microphone and this. And this. Yeah. But we're doing it.
The honey has a stronger scent than the washed for me. Right, so we've broken the crust now.
Shall we remove some of this?
Yeah, we're going to remove some of the little bits of froth that's collected on the top.
You can use a couple of spoons for all of this part, but
I'm just going to do that because it's not actually too much. There we go. And then do it for the other one.
And then after that, we're going to wait for the grounds to just settle.
Yeah, so we don't get a mouthful of ground coffee while we're slurping. I've made a mess already. There we go. We'll just wait for a moment.
Well, I think we should carry on to the next point and we'll let this cool for a while.
Well, I mean, the tasting was the kind of not the conclusion, like the big woohoo at the end.
Yeah.
So
we'll get there.
Filling in the gaps in between.
What should we talk about?
I think we should talk about what our plans for 2021 are.
Yeah. 2020 was a bit of a struggle with the business, but it wasn't cannibalizing itself.
If you listen to the previous podcast, we kind of did an overview of 2021. And it wasn't all bad. There was a lot of good. But 2021, I mean, we're still only in March, so it's the begin. I feel like it's still the beginning of the year, and we're kind of.
It feels like that. It feels like the weeks just flying.
Yeah, with the longest lockdown, feels like the longest lockdown ever. Kind of hope is on the horizon with everything opening up again, and all that malarkey. And we're looking forward to actually going out and seeing our friends and going to cafes even. And Kenyon Hall Farm, where our roastery is based, in the summer, I mean, during lockdown, they were able to stay open because they sell essentials.
It's fantastic. It's a place to go.
Yeah. So our main thing for 2021 is, keep growing that relationship between Kenyon Hall Farm and the roastery. They have a cafe on site, which obviously as things open up more and more,
they have
will be able
so
to come.
many homegrown foods.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a huge plug, but it's a hub. It's a place to go. It's very accessible. It's brilliant for kids.
Yeah, so once you're allowed to travel beyond where you live, then we highly recommend taking the trip. And being there is great for us. It's a 10-minute drive from our house, surrounded by fields. We take Sydney, our dog, out for walks around there all the time. The family are great. They've been so welcoming and friendly towards us, and just having a lovely place of work to go to where we can roast coffee. In fact, the other day we bumped into Simon, who was building the strawberry tunnels. Is that what they call it? The polytunnels for the strawberries. Yeah. And he said, "I knew you were here. I could smell you."
There's such a smell that it sticks to claws.
He was talking about the coffee roastery, not us. So that's what we're really looking forward to. Yeah, still roasting twice a week at Kenyon Hall Farm.
2021 is an exciting year for us.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get started. I can't wait to tell you more about what's happening in the very, very short term. It's just very exciting.
Coming soon.
Yes.
Okay, shall we taste it?
Yeah, okay.
Let's do
Why
it.
not?
Let's not keep them waiting any longer. Okay, I'm going to taste the honey first. And I'm going to give my best slurp. So what we're trying to do is we get a full spoon of the coffee. And then you want to kind of slurp it in. Slurp is the best word, isn't it? Across your whole palate, so across your tongue.
Do you do anything else like that? Is there any other activity where you do something like this?
When you get to the end of a milkshake and you just... I don't know why I asked. I think we want to keep this family friendly.
Sorry, I don't know why.
Okay, right, I'm going for it. Don't make me laugh.
It's going all over my yellow shirt.
No, don't swear down the microphone. He'll beep that out. You're ruining my moment. It tastes amazing. It tastes amazing. I will let you have your second slurp and then we can discuss. It makes me go, like that.
All right, I've got my first keyword.
Go on then.
Earl Grey tea.
Yeah. It's got kind of a floral fragrance to it.
Floral.
Yeah.
I don't know, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. I've got kind of a soft richness, like dark chocolate kind of at the back of my tongue. It's sweet, like caramelized is probably a better word.
Oh, it's that. Angela, Fabio, Natalia.
It's amazing.
You should be so proud of yourselves. This is amazing.
Yeah.
This is, we were on the hunt last a couple of years ago. I always go back to a couple of years.
2019.
We were on the hunt for a coffee that had similar properties to this, and we struggled to actually to find one in the end. But it's that right balance of the fruits and the floral and the sweetness, but not overpowering fruits.
Yeah.
You know, I think you know when the apricot, the jam.
Yeah, I was going to say sickly. It's not the right word. There's
not sickly.
There's some sweet,
too deep,
some
too
sweet
rich.
coffees. Yeah, that it's light, but it's the aftertaste. Careful, don't drown on it. And this is coming from, we are not, sommeliers. We're not. Our palates are just, we can taste things. So we're just describing it as best we can. We're not trying to be... You're dying. We're not trying to be like, ooh, can you taste the fruits?
Not at all. In fact, when you buy coffee from us, buy coffee from anywhere, make up your own mind.
Oh, do you want some water?
It's
gone.
Yeah, it's down to your interpretation. It's down to us to roast the coffee to a sweet spot.
Yeah.
But it's down to your interpretation and what you taste. And what you taste is, if it tastes good, it tastes good.
Yeah, exactly. And we try and choose coffees where we roast them to sort of a medium light roast to bring out those natural flavours. So it doesn't mask with that kind of darker, bitter coffee flavour. It actually tastes like the coffee bean. Each coffee bean has, wherever it's from, however it's processed, has a unique flavour profile.
Yeah.
I'll talk over your slurp. I'm going in again. Yeah, it's definitely got that light tea sweetness, but I get that lovely caramelized aftertaste.
Yeah, definitely. That caramel aftertaste, that's where the sweetness lingers.
Yeah.
Is in the caramel.
It's yummy. Oh, I'm so
well
happy.
Done.
Okay, should we try the other one? The washed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, floral. Yeah. I wasn't expecting.
No.
Because the scent of it was definitely fruit forward.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's so different. It feels more rich.
Berry.
Yeah, like darker.
Yeah.
Not darker in roast, like a warmer flavour rather than bright. Yeah. It's not quite winey, but
no, I
got wine gums in my head.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got that.
No, yeah.
It's sweet still. It's got natural sweetness, definitely.
What I love about these two is they're so clean. So clean.
Yeah.
It's down to my roasting.
Explain what you mean. On the palate, it's smooth, it's clean, it's fresh.
There are no well, I'm sure, with nothing's perfect, but there are no undesirables detected
Yeah.
in this right now. It's amazing.
I'm so happy.
So different as well.
Yeah, they're completely different from each other.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't even say.
Yeah, this one.
I wouldn't be able to
This
tell.
one feels more the mouthfeel, which is definitely a word that I would be like, ooh, mouthfeel. The mouthfeel is thicker.
Yeah, I mean that could be in the way that I roasted it because I did identify that I needed to tone it down a little bit, and I did that with the honey.
Yeah.
And with this one, I stuck to the standard profile to roast it light, but it took to it quicker. Yeah,
I'm so happy. Both
Yeah.
of them taste amazing. Oh, this is a very exciting day. We'll send this video to Fabio, and poor Angela will have to translate because he doesn't speak English and we don't speak Spanish.
I'm
But,
so
yeah.
excited for our future customers to be able to get their hands on this.
I think April we'll have this ready, if not before.
We're gonna have to do a tasting pack if all the coffees are so different from each other, but in such a amazing
all the coffee from
diverse
the
way.
same farm with the same story with different processes, all in the same little tasting pack where you can drink them side by side and compare the differences and learn a bit more about coffee.
Yeah, we can definitely provide that. I mean, what have we got? I'm just trying to remember. I think we've got a washed 48 hours. That's this one. A washed 72 hours. We have a honey double fermentation.
Double fermented.
We have a honey 120 hours.
Yeah.
And we have a natural.
Yes.
And we have a couple of other
couple
blends.
of other blends where they had a bit left over.
Yeah, and we were like, we'll take that
take it all.
coffee. Because we don't want it to be stay at the exporters.
Yeah. Yeah, so is that five? That's five.
It's 5 official.
5 different processes. And alongside each other, they do taste different.
Yeah, floral tea like
Yeah.
with a bit of like apricot sweetness, lingering caramel sweetness at the end. This one is like it's not too deep like some of the African coffees that I've had where it's really winey and deep, like ruby kind of. This is like a mid tone.
Yeah, mid to upper tone, very clean, like you said. It reminds me of wine gums, that kind of sweet, not sickly sweet, but gentle sweetness with a bit of that, berry fruit flavour. I don't know how I'm doing this. Fingers.
As soon as this is over, we're going downstairs and pulling a shot on the espresso machine.
Yeah. Oh, this is such
congratulations, Angela and Fabio.
And Natalia as well. Yeah, we're so happy. And what a journey. I mean, it is a journey. From 2 years ago, almost to the day, we went in February to first tasting Fabio's coffee on the farm to this moment right here. I'm just, so happy. So thank you for listening and watching if you're on YouTube. This is episode 4. And next time with episode 5, we'll probably go into a little bit more detail about processing. We'll talk about the exciting secret thing that we keep kind of hinting at. And we look forward to, seeing you on the next one.